Hello!
Hello!
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Adam.
Welcome to I Love You But, where we talk about common relationship issues.
And our advice on how to deal
while we drink wine.
while we drink wine.
Tonight we are talking about I Love You But we need to talk about the 5 love languages.
Yes, which is a book. It's a wonderful book.
You probably heard of it. It's really popular.
Yeah, especially if you're interested in relationship stuff. It's amazing and extremely eye-opening. Every once in a while, somebody drops along a book that, like, just you read it and you're like, I feel like we've all known that, but somehow it's just better.
Yeah,
you know, like
just
you
put
felt
into words
it.
better.
Yeah, it's finally articulate, and then you can deal with it.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
this kind of book. But what are we drinking?
Tonight we are drinking one of my favorites, actually, from Trader Joe's. It is $3.99, and it's Grifone Bianco.
Yeah.
And made with organic grapes. Oh, it's organic.
I didn't even know.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's certified organic. I don't drink this a lot. Our good friend Brittany gave this to us for our engagement, so thank you so much, Brittany. And, I mean, of course, we also have another bottle of this, just in case we need more. So we're going to open this and see how it goes.
This is literally Kelly's favorite bottle of wine because,
No, I wouldn't say it's my favorite. It's just my go-to wine.
Right. Which, like, it's your homiest wine. Maybe that's.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, I mean,
I drink a lot of wine. You think I'd be better at it?
You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to open a wine bottle.
You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to open a champagne bottle. Damn!
That was so good.
God, thanks.
I actually didn't. I genuinely have nothing to say. That's funny. You got
Meow, 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 meow. How many cats does it take to open this bottle?
How many cats does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 1
Licks?
2 meow.
What's an owl?
I know, but
okay, so this is our wine tonight.
Use your phone.
Good go-to wine.
Yeah, it's like
just white wine. That's all you can really describe it as, white.
No, it's good. It's not very bright. It's not offensive.
It's a little sweet.
It is a little sweeter than I like it, but
just a little.
It's never a problem.
There's
Having
some
had this with you
interesting taste
many
at the
times.
end too.
If you're gonna make a "That's What She Said" jokes, you should not leave viewers out of the "That's What She Said" jokes.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. This tastes funny on the way down. It does. That's what she said. This is the most boring white wine I've had in my life.
I disagree.
It just tastes so generically like nothing.
Well, yeah, it's a generic white. Definitely, I'm not claiming that.
And
it's
it's
anything
$4,
else.
so like the goal is for it to just go down easy because at that price point. At that price point, for the money you're paying, you just want it to go down easy. You know what I'm saying?
Before we get into anything, though, you might notice my shirt. It says current mood, and mood is spelled with 2 wine glasses.
You might notice my shirt. Tell all your friends, Taking Back Sunday tour.
No one cares. This is my new official shirt for the show and for my life. All right, so we drank that.
Bottle 2! Bottle 2!
Yep.
Bottle dose.
We drank the first bottle, and now we're on to the second bottle.
Yeah.
So,
Bottle dose.
the 5 love languages. So, this is a book that was written by Gary Chapman.
Yes.
And in the book, he says that there are 5 different ways to communicate your love. So,
to give and receive love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, to give and receive love. And that, you're like, why can't you, whatever. Yeah, so, bring it back. Give it to me.
I don't want any for you. It's all for me.
God.
All for me, none for you.
He talks about the ways in which we give and receive love, which can be very different. So you can give love in a different way, and you can also receive love in a completely different way. Or it can be the same. You know, it just depends on the person.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
You can give it a one way and receive it a different way?
Exactly.
We're not talking about sexual. We were we're both going there.
There are 5 love languages.
Which we've established a few times, I
Yeah,
think.
so you might be asking, what are the 5 love languages?
That you constantly keep saying there are 5 love languages.
Yes, I know. That's
Will
the
you please
title
tell
of
us
it. Yes, okay. The 5 languages are words of affirmation, quality time,
Gifts. Acts of service.
and physical touch.
Which is not just sex, but actual touch.
But we'll talk about it.
Let me give you love.
God.
Let me tickle your chin with my love.
Stop.
The first one, words of affirmation. It's my favorite.
It is definitely Adam's number 1.
Yes.
Right? This is your number 1.
It
So
is.
normally people have 2 primary love languages, and then the other ones kind of fall in order behind it. But
And with the primary, you have like a primary and one maybe not quite as primary, generally.
I mean, I feel like 2 of mine are equal. So Adam's first love language is words of affirmation, and that
True.
happens to be the first one in the book too.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Yeah. So
You're
this
the one who understands it.
is true. So this really comes down to like verbal compliments, encouraging, like it's not, at the risk of sounding somewhat insecure, which I am. It's not just like being built up because you need it. It's like
It's not an ego thing.
it's not an ego thing. It's like you literally just don't feel like the other person loves you if they don't tell you that you're great. If you that's the way that I understand that somebody likes me is if they tell me, and that they tell me I'm doing a good job. And I mean, and that goes towards my boss, that goes towards our relationship, that goes towards my bands. If people don't tell me that I'm doing a good job, I don't know and I don't feel that I'm doing a good job, even if I, have done the best I can.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be told. I have to be affirmed. I'm like weirdly drunk right now.
Good. Words of affirmation, it's not just what you say, but it's also how you say it. I could be over here and be like, oh, you're so great, you're amazing, you're
Which
the
cracks
best
me
person
up.
ever.
This is the one that's the hardest to hide if your partner isn't used to it. Because it has to come off genuine. Otherwise, you're like,
So
don't patronize me.
So it has, what I was getting at is that it has to do with your tone of voice and your intention behind it. I will definitely say it's very funny that this is Adam's number 1 love language because
True.
it doesn't come naturally to me. I'm a very sassy person, I'm very sarcastic, and
like walks in the door. Oh, I see you didn't feel like doing laundry today, did you? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck?
it's actually really interesting too because we knew this about each other. We knew that these love languages like kind of existed, but it was hard to talk about it until we actually read the book.
Yeah, going back to what we kind of opened with.
Yeah.
Yeah, like articulation makes the whole thing like make sense here.
So I was reading this book. I read
Called
it,
The 5 Love Languages?
I read it before Adam, and I was reading this first. The first one is words of affirmation. I was like, oh my god.
Well, what's funny?
Oh my god, this is Adam, and I do a terrible job at telling him that he's great, and that's what he needs.
How
Once
have we
we
lasted
kind of
so long?
put it into words that we both understood for all of these languages, it was a lot easier to communicate.
Not that we fought or like had a
No,
bad time.
no.
It was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
We've
was
had
funny.
a lot of those moments.
And like to go off of that, like before I even read the book, I like opened it up, got through the introductory bit, and then and then I like looked at the list of the 5
I
I looked at the list of the 5 love languages. I was like, these are my 5 in order. I just looked at it and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is it. And then I walked out and I looked at Kelly and I was like, this is your order, isn't it? And I
was like, yep.
And you were like, yep. And I was like,
That's
everything makes sense now.
Anyway, words of affirmation. It's just what you say
And how you say it.
and how you say it. That was gross, but I still love you. There you go. For example,
I
words
feel
of
so
affirmation.
affirmed. I'll never change. She loves me,
You're
clearly.
such a great person. You're a great fiance.
Yeah.
That word. And I'm really proud of what you've been doing.
What have I been doing?
Just in life.
That's good. I appreciate it.
So it's hard for me to stop and say those things because I'm like, he already knows, but like he needs to be affirmed that that's what it is. I can't just be like, oh, you're fucking great, you're amazing, oh my god, I love you.
I won't understand.
That's very different.
I sound like a stupid kid. I won't understand that you're proud of me.
That's okay.
Unless you tell me that you're proud of me.
Yeah.
Or at least I might understand it. I won't feel it until you tell me. That's just how it works. On the other side of the coin of this, words of affirmation, the quickest way, I'm really fucked up. The quickest way to, one bottle, the quickest way to tear you down, though, is words of affirmation.
Yeah, yeah.
If you tell me I'm a sorry piece of shit, oh boy, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm totally fucked up for the evening.
I don't say that, by the way.
No, she doesn't. I'm the general you. If somebody who I appreciate.
I was just defending myself. Like I don't want them to think that I told you
No,
that.
of course.
That's words of affirmation in a nutshell.
All right, moving on from that one.
I mean, there's a lot to cover. So the second love language is quality time.
And this is Kelly's number one.
It's definitely my number one.
I need to be told I'm great, and Kelly needs to be cuddled into greatness.
I need to be cuddled. I need all of your attention on me. When I say you, I mean you.
Yeah, I know what
she knows what you're doing.
I'm eating some chips. So, a thing, I'll talk about it later.
You have to have an undivided attention on your partner. And I think that can be a little difficult because we're so used to multitasking all the time, like being on our phones, checking Facebook, even working or watching TV. TV does not count as quality time. It is putting your attention on your partner, and it's undivided. Have I already said that?
Yeah.
It's undivided.
It is not divided.
It's not divided.
Not divisible.
It's
your
not
attention
divisible,
is a prime number when it comes to...
It's very focused. You know, you need to be present with your partner, and I need that time. Stop. I need that time for it to feel like Adam loves me.
I love you.
I also need that not just from Adam, but from other relationships in my life, whether it's my family or whether it's my friends. Because the 5 love languages, although this book was written for marriage, I think that it's something that everyone can relate to. You should read it regardless of your status, whether you're single or if you're in a relationship. I'd also say, so this book is pretty, I would qualify this book as a religious book a little bit because the author talks in a very Christian way, but I still stand by my response.
I mean, and straight out just like references the Bible a lot.
Yeah, he does, but he references it to prove his point, and I can get and understand that. If you are not religious, this book will still totally resonate with you, I promise.
I'll tell you right now, like, if I can gloss over the religious stuff
and
in the
if
book,
I can gloss over it, like,
then anybody can. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a staple.
Yeah. Quality time. Some things that you can do to do that is to have a daily sharing with your partner. Like, put your phones down 10, 20 minutes a day and be like, this is me talking to you about your day, about your life, about your thoughts, feelings, emotions, like all the things. And that's a place that you can start, definitely. So something to figure out if your partner needs the quality time is, are they always asking for it? You know, are they always, or words of affirmation, are they always digging for you to tell them that they're great? So
I was thinking of something to say and then I messed up in my head.
So quality of time is my number one, and I need that in my life to know that I'm loved.
One-on-one time, undivided, no TV, no phone, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just you two talking or you two doing an activity together.
It's really hard in this time when we always have our phones on us. And
we
things are
only
always
care
important.
about ourselves as a fucking country. So
whoa,
sorry.
We're not gonna get into that tonight. That's a whole nother thing.
Let's make some more general sweeping statements. Number 3 is gifts on our list, and this is giving. This is somebody. It's actually kind of funny because I know. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. this is somebody who needs like a visible symbol of that thought, you know, a visible affirmation,
it's
something, a token of gratitude, you know?
And it's not about how expensive the gift is.
It's the
thought. Yeah. So the gift is the symbol of thought. So the gift can be purchased, but it can be found, it can be made. It's just the act of giving or receiving. You know,
that's what she said.
Goodness. When you first hear that, you know, gifts is your partner's number one love language, you might automatically think, well, that's really selfish. But a gift isn't always necessarily a physical object. It can also be, and I know this sounds a little weird and meta, and I don't know, but it can be the gift of time. It can be the gift of...
Well, doesn't that just mean quality time?
It can, but it's not always quality time. So that's just one type of gift you can give. But
and a surprise.
Yes.
A surprise hike, or like a surprise event that you do for them.
Or a surprise date, or you can come home with flowers. Like, that's really nice. It doesn't have to be like a book, or it doesn't always have to be wrapped or
I saw these
like
coasters
that.
And I thought of you. I mean, it could be literally anything.
I'd say that you like to share your love and gifts. We both kind of like to do that with the grocery store. We come home and like, for example, this week I came home and I was like, I got you something. I got you two things. And he was like, what? I was like, I got you some cold brew coffee. I got you some chocolate covered espresso beans. And he was like,
I don't know how to handle it.
Oh my God, thank you.
I was like, this is amazing.
So, I don't know about other gifts, but definitely food gifts
and then
important
and then
to
the
us.
grocery store trip before, I came home and I was like, got you some succulents. Got you some flowers.
I got a cactus. Got some flowers. You know, that's
and she was
super
like,
nice.
She was so excited.
Yeah.
So, cueing into these things can help every relationship in your life.
Yeah, exactly. It can't be a thoughtless gift. It can't just be like, oh, I got you flowers again, here you go. It can't be, oh, I got you this book, like I just picked it up at the bookstore. It's definitely the thought behind the gift that is the important part, because it's a symbol of the thought.
Yeah.
Number 4. Acts of service.
Yes.
And that is my
this one sucks.
number 2.
This one sucks.
Why? Why does it suck? I think it's great.
Well, no, like, it's great. Now, doing things for people is cool, but, like, I'm tired, and you're tired, and, like, doing things in general can suck.
I don't know. I think that acts of service is definitely a way that I receive love, but it's also a way that I give love. I think it's a really great way for me to tell how somebody loves me and how much I love the other person. So it's definitely my number 2. So if I want to show Adam that I care about him, I will clean up the living room. I'll do the laundry and I will fold all of it. I will clean the bathroom. I will wash the dishes. I will make sure that he doesn't have to come home and do things. Now, I mean, that's not all the time. It's when I can. But that's a way that I really like to show that I love someone.
Yeah.
Is acts of service.
And it's funny because, like, you know, on a personal note, my number 1 is words of affirmation. I think my number 5, is acts of service. And
which is so interesting.
Which is so funny because Kelly and I have opposite lists. And this kind of plays into some of the chores things that we had talked about in the past. She would do all these things thinking that she was expressing love.
And I was expressing love.
She was like doing it to be nice, or like doing it to keep the house, or
I thought Adam would appreciate it.
Yeah. And if I didn't, you know, come off appreciative, it's because I didn't see it as a token of love. Mm-hmm. Because it's not how I give or receive love. Is an act of service.
I'd say that you give love like that sometimes. He'll be like, I wash the dishes. And I'm like,
No. Wrong.
Thank you.
You are straight wrong. I don't give love like that. Sorry to come off a little strong. The reason I do give love like that is because I'm trying really hard to make you to give you love.
To speak
my
love language. We were trying to figure that out before we read this book.
Mm-hmm. I fucking hated doing dishes.
And what's interesting is that he would do the dishes and he would be like,
I did them.
Hey,
I
did them for you.
Yeah.
give me words of affirmation.
Without realizing it, I'd be
Exactly.
like, tell me how great
And
I
I
am.
would be like, why didn't you just do the act of service? Like, why do I have to do that? And I didn't
Yeah.
realize that he was also asking for words of affirmation. And now that we've read it, and now
Nor
that
did
we
I.
can put, right,
Yeah, nor
now
did
that
I.
we can put a common language and word choices together,
You're killing it.
now that we can be on the same page with what we're talking about and what we mean, well, it makes things a lot easier to communicate. Was that even a real sentence?
I don't know.
It makes things easier, and it makes our communication a lot more effective.
Yeah, Kelly will straight up be like, she'll start to get pushy on something or needy about something, if you will, you know? And I'll be like, what's going on? And Kelly will be like, I haven't felt quality time love, and I really just fucking need that from you.
Or need some acts of service.
Yeah, or I need something from you this week, you
Yeah.
know? Like, and I'll be like, okay. And I'll like carve out a little time, and I'll be like, gotta do it, you know?
Yeah. And when I come home and things around the house have been done, I'm like, oh, that was really nice. He did these things so that I wouldn't have to expend my time and energy to do them. And that, to me, is love.
And the last time I did it was like, Kelly usually folds the laundry. I folded like some of the laundry.
Like a third.
Like a third of the laundry. And usually I do it wrong anyways, and Kelly refolds it. And that's what we've tried. It's okay.
But I came home and I saw that he tried, and I was like,
it was the
oh,
thought. And she was like,
wow.
oh, like, you know, like,
Yeah,
you tried
that's
to make it
nice.
easier on me, you know? You tried
and then
to
I
do
give
the
you
thing.
words of affirmation because now I understand what you were asking for.
Yeah. And it's
It's all working out.
It's not even it's not even about being correct. It's just like about speaking the right language. It literally is about communicating effectively.
So the fifth love language is physical touch.
I went
Why are
like
you being
this.
creepy like that?
I was saying 5, and then you were like physical touch, and I was like,
Ew.
so physical touch isn't just sex. Sex is almost like its own category because
Mhm.
it almost like its own category, not quite,
Like
but
a
like
subcategory.
it's like a subcategory of like love in general. Like sex has to happen for
Romantic love.
yeah, so yeah, sex just has to happen because love is a byproduct.
Me being scared of physical touch. No, I just gotta chill.
To fall in love, you have to see somebody and be like, I want to have sex with that person. Like,
Okay, yeah.
that
so there's
has to
that
be
feeling.
that has to happen.
But
you
if
know?
it's not a romantic love, just love in general, physical touch can include like holding hands, arm around the shoulder, cuddling, massages, things like that. I actually thought that
Long hugs.
one of my top 2 love languages would have been physical touch because I really like cuddling.
Mhm.
I do really like holding hands, and I like, this stuff, like being close. But, in
Shoulder swagging.
shoulder swagging. But in comparison to the other love languages, the other 2 definitely trump physical touch for me, which I thought was really, really interesting.
Lean back.
I lean back. I lean back. I lean back. I lean back.
Shoulder lean. Shoulder lean.
Adam's second primary love language is definitely physical touch.
Yep. For sure. So like I need you to tell me I'm great, and then I need you to hug me and tell me I'm great. And that's just all there is to it. I feel like saying I love to be touched is a weird thing to say. But like
Not in this context. It's not a
in
weird
this
thing to
context,
say.
yeah, like I love to be touched. Hugs,
High fives,
high fives,
cuddles.
even fist pounds, and then of course cuddles and shit.
That can be gross.
What? Fist pounds? Just like a meh, and then a fist pound? It's all good.
You know what I mean.
Are you talking about fisting?
Well, I would say that, Adam, you really like to be cuddled as well. You like to be
Only recently.
kissed.
So
You
that's
like
so
the
scary.
subcategory as well.
You need to learn to speak the love language of your significant to make them want to do that with you.
Once you know your partner's love language, you can start to feed into it. Like when we discovered that Adam's primary love language was words of affirmation, I went, oh my God, I'm not that good at it, so I should probably just practice and like do what I can. And it's still a work in progress for me.
Kelly was like, my tone of voice sucks.
And same with Adam. Once he realized that my primary love language was quality time, he started to put more work into not just giving me time, but also giving me
attention,
quality time.
Yeah, attention.
So like not being on the phone, and like this isn't just us watching TV. Like sometimes we go for walks, and that's really nice. We've been going hiking a lot, which is great. As
the nature of work, I'm on my phone a lot. And before we had read the book, Kelly would go, get off your phone and slap my hand. I took that as like a almost offensive, like, don't hit my hand, don't tell me what to do.
Don't hit my hand, because his second primary love language is physical touch. So if I am literally physically swatting him away, that's not very loving to him. Mm-hmm. It was a loving swat from me. So.
Once I understood like kind of what that was and what it was really feeding into, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm literally taking the love out of the relationship by being on my phone.
For me.
Yeah, for Kelly. Like I'm literally taking the love out of this moment, whatever the moment is, by being on my phone and like responding to an email or responding to a text. They can wait 20 fucking minutes. That was just a very important lesson to learn. And in general, most things can wait 20 minutes, I think.
Now you might be asking, how do I find out my love languages? One, read the book.
Yeah, read the book.
That's really great. And I think you can also take the test online or something. I think there are online resources as well. But think about, if you have a partner, what are the things that you nag about?
Exactly. Yes, I'm so glad you used that. Okay. I was gonna say, like, what do you get really fucking needy about? To the point of almost feeling guilty. That's your love language. You are crying out to be loved in that certain way.
Yeah. Well, that can be one of the ways. Yeah. Definitely. If you're asking your partner, you're pleading with your partner in so many words or actions to say, give me quality time, give me these acts of service, give me physical gifts or words of affirmation or physical touch or whatever.
You never get anything from me. All of a sudden it goes from being a selfish comment to like, she's literally or he is literally not receiving love from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you feel all of this nagging from your partner, analyze it. But also, even if you're single, ask, how would you want to be loved? Is it being showered in gifts? Is it somebody telling you that you're amazing all the time? And that will start to open up your eyes as to how you receive love. And then once you figure out how you receive love, you can also figure out how you give love. And in the case of me and Adam, we're on totally different sides of the spectrum.
So give them your 5 in the list. Yeah. Do your 5.
So my 5 in order. Oh God, maybe you should go first.
Okay. So words of affirmation is my number 1. Number 2 is physical touch. Easy. Number 3 is quality time.
Okay.
4 is gifts, and 5 is acts of service.
My top 5 are physical touch, words of affirmation. No. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's totally not. Yours is quality time.
My top 5 are quality time, acts of service, I guess physical touch?
Maybe.
And then gifts. And words of affirmation is my last one.
Words of affirmation mean nothing to her.
It doesn't mean nothing.
It's important to note, everybody has all 5.
Those are the 5 love languages, and those are our top 5. Like, maybe you can only have 5, I guess. That's our order of our top 5. I keep saying top 5. That's our order.
My top 5 love languages. Number 3 will make you freak out and burn your own car.
Drink this wine. It's great. It's just a normal, run-of-the-mill white wine.
It's the most basic white wine ever, but like that's perfect for $4.
I hope you enjoyed us talking about the 5 love languages, and hopefully we demystified some of that for you.
We demystified some love.
Read it if you haven't read it. It's so good. It's so eye-opening, and it definitely helped our relationship. If you need some proof.
Yeah, if you liked today's video, like it. If you have a thought about it, you can comment. You can give me some words of affirmation.
Subscribe for up-to-date info and videos, and comment if you have any suggestion on our next video or videos.
Hit us up. You can find us on Instagram on what, I Love You But channel?
I Love You But channel. We finished both bottles too.
Oh my God, we did.
Yay!
I didn't realize.
No.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Bye.